Well, I mean, you've probably liked this kind of thing for a while. What motivated you to finally dive in and take it to the school board candidate level?
So, all right. So, as you know, I'm a business owner. So, um, I work with my clients all the time in their own personal financial situations. So I have a finance degree. I have an MBA with a concentration in finance, and I also have an IT degree, which is a weird little combination of things, right? And they're all from Illinois State University. Go Birds! So I got my undergrad here. I actually started in Chicago at another school for 2 years, finished up my last 2 years at ISU, and then came back and got my master's degree at ISU.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind talking to people. I like that part of it. I like engaging with the community. It's what I do for a living. But at the end of the day, I think the school board piece is important to me because I have 4 kids. Mm-hmm. I've watched one go through and kind of carve his own path, going through and try to make the most out of it, which he did a great job of. Mm-hmm. But as we did that, we also noticed some pitfalls and some hurdles we had to overcome just for him to kind of be all that he could be. Mm-hmm. And I think that was maybe a little unfortunate. That could have been handled better. Mm-hmm. And some of the things that we, the experiences we had with him, they even pushed my wife and I to kind of pick our heads up and say, wow, wouldn't it be cool if more kids could do this kind of stuff? Mm-hmm. Could have this type of experience? How powerful would it be? And I tell this story about my son. He started in the STEM program. Mm-hmm. He actually got some pushback going into that STEM program. Some pushback from one of the administrators that was kind of running it at first. She didn't love his math score, whatever. Uh-huh. He did the STEM program. He got to the point where he took the calculus test because you had to get a certain score on that test to be able to proceed the final year as a senior in that STEM program. Mm-hmm. He did not pass the calculus test. I think he might have even taken it twice. He just hated calculus.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Did you ever have to take calculus?
I could not.
Could not. So yeah.
I took finite math.
There you go. All right. So, yeah. The calculus thing wasn't his, and then he kind of got to the point where he's like, you know what? I've taken these computer classes. I really just I want to be like a business or a finance major when I go to college. So we had to work with Heartland because he was a member of that Heartland College Now program. That was part of that cohort program at Norwest. And his advisor at Heartland was like, Keegan, you're a college student at Heartland right now. You may not realize it, but we recognize you as a college student. Mm-hmm. You can do whatever you like. Like, how can we help you down the path that is your own personal educational goals, right? She was awesome. She was a great advisor. So he said, well, here's what I'm interested in. She found some classes that he could take. Mm-hmm. He needed like maybe a credit his last year as a senior to graduate. Like, he hardly needed anything. Mm-hmm. So she put him in those classes, and then we had to contact Norma West and his counselor there to figure out a way to fit that stuff into the schedule. And that kind of all fell on our shoulders as parents and as an 18-year-old senior, right? Mm-hmm. So we did that. He did not graduate with that associate's degree, which was part of that STEM program that Norma West had laid out, and Norma Community was participating in then for the first time, I believe. So he did not make it out of high school with his associate's degree, but what he did make it out of high school with was 41 hours of credits that transferred to his college. Mm-hmm. So he went to college, took his first semester, second semester, he's a junior. He's into his major programs in business and finance, the stuff that excites him and he's interested in. Mm-hmm. He's watching his friends that are there that have to take, chemistry and a writing class or a lit class or something, and then a math class, and he doesn't have those requirements because they've already been satisfied back when he was in high school. That's a pretty cool story. Mm-hmm. And I think that's an empowering story for a lot of students that just don't have access to that type of opportunity.
Why don't they have the access?
Because they don't have parents and people that are willing to help them get there. So there are dual credit, dual enrollment classes. There's something very different than that College Now program. Keegan had to go to Heartland one time for I think it was a biology class because it was a lab. And he had to attend the lab, right? So everything else was facilitated either through dual credit, which is fine, or the Heartland College Now e-curriculum that's available. Mm-hmm. So he took most of those classes at his own pace, at home in the evenings and weekends, whatever, and carved out all those credits kind of in his own way. Mm-hmm. And that was cool. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a huge opportunity for that, for more of our high school students to do that, but we're not making it easy for them. Again, we had to find a way to stumble into that, and it was by getting in the STEM program and then failing at it. Mm-hmm. But again, that failure turned into victory for him because He's killing it in college now.
How did you find out about the College Now program?
Because it was part of the STEM program. You
Mhm.
had to, to be a part of that STEM program at West, you had to fill out the application, take the placement exam at Heartland, and join that College Now curriculum.
Mhm.
It was an integrated piece of that STEM program.
Okay.